In this video, I'll be showing you how to use the keyword planner to come up with more keyword ideas to add groups that have 4 or less keywords in them. To get started, we're going to go to Google Ads. From here, we're going to go to Tools on the left-hand side. Keyword Planner should automatically open up. Then we're going to go to Discover New Keywords. I like to duplicate the tab so that way I can bounce between my keyword planner and the ad group that I'm trying to add keywords to. Once I've opened up that second tab, I'm going to go ahead and go over to ad groups, because obviously we are going to be adding keywords to ad groups by ad group. We're going to select the ad group we want to work with. Then we are going to go down to search keywords. And as you can see here, we only have 4 keywords in here, and only 2 of them are actually receiving any clicks or impressions. If we go back to our spreadsheet, we can see that we want to set the date for about 6 weeks. So we're going to go back about a month and a half. As you can see here, they're still not receiving any clicks or impressions. So really, we only have 2 keywords in this ad group. So what we're going to do is go back to the keyword planner, and as you can see here, this is where you type in the types of keywords that you want to show for. So what I always suggest is starting with the keywords that are working for you and copying and paste them in, and Google will do the rest when it comes to coming up with new keywords to use. Don't use the qualifiers such as your locations and near me and such like that. Just use the meat of the keyword. Tap Get Results. And once this loads in, we can now see a bunch of keyword ideas. Keep in mind, this is for the entire United States. This does not actually show the average monthly searches for the locations you're targeting. I recommend not filtering it by the entire country, nor by the cities you're in, but frankly, the state that you are currently targeting, because typically if you filter too narrowly, Google doesn't have enough data by city to give you accurate keywords. But if you give it an entire state, it should give you accurate enough keywords for your typical region for you to pull from in order to test out in your ad group. So in this case, we are in Georgia, and make sure that's the state. Click Save. And now we can see the types of keywords that are going to get lots of searches in the state that we are targeting. Another thing that I like to do is go ahead and expand this column so that way I can see the entire keywords. And as you can see, near me seems to be a huge qualifier that people add on to a lot of the searches that they have. So one thing that we've been missing out on is mechanic near me. We have auto repair near me, but mechanic near me would be a fantastic word to add, because as you can see, it's got 5 times the amount of monthly searches that auto repair does, and auto repair is one of our top performing keywords. Additionally, we're looking down. Mobile mechanic doesn't apply because we're advertising for an auto repair shop, so it needs to be the keywords need to be applicable to the services that we are advertising. Car repair near me kind of has the same thing as auto repair near me, so that's definitely something that we could go after. We can see that the competition for most of these is low, so low for mechanic near me and car repair near me, so this is good. And then we can see that the top of the page bid low range is relatively the same, and it's not near the high end of the other search terms that are popping up here. Obviously, we can filter by average monthly searches to see the top performing for the state that we're in. So as you can see, there are a lot of other options for us to pull from. We typically want to go after ones with low to medium competition and with top of the page bids in the low range for the services that we're providing. So as you can see here, most of them are sitting in the $1.50. So most of these will be good to use. We also don't want to steal words that we've already been using. So like we have auto repair. Car repair is going to kind of overlap with that, especially if they're broad match. They're going to kind of show to the same people. But mechanic near me is definitely a much more different word than auto repair and car repair. So that's definitely something we want to use. And it's got a lot of monthly searches. Competition is low. Top of the page bid is also low as well. So that would be a great word for us to try out. So after looking through these really briefly, mechanic near me would be a great one for us to use based on this auto repair keyword. So in order to add a new keyword, we just click this blue plus button, and then we do mechanic near me, click save, and it will add to your keyword list. Keep in mind, when you add a new keyword to your keyword list, it may be that your ad headlines are not set up properly for that new keyword. So make sure to go in and change your lowest performing headlines to more specifically target these new keywords you're putting in. So for example, we're putting in mechanic near me. So we need to go to ads, view our asset details. We are going to look at our headlines, and we're looking for low performing headlines. We can see comprehensive maintenance has low impressions. So we could change this one out for one. You always want to put the keyword that you are trying to show for as a headline. So we would put mechanic near me. We could also put mechanic in Atlanta, Georgia. We can do a lot of stuff where we're just throwing the word mechanic and then putting other additional qualifiers on here. So like top mechanics in your area could be another headline. You get the idea. You're just trying to mix and match the word mechanic with other different types of qualifiers inside that headline. So that way when somebody searches up mechanic near me and they see your ads, they see headlines that relate specifically to the keyword they just searched. Additionally, we can do this exact same thing for the other keywords in the ad group. So auto repair shop might get us some different results. So all we have to do, go up here, paste it in, get results, and we can see if we get some different ideas to try out. So as you can see, basically the same things popping up. Vehicle repair near me, that could be something that we could try out. Typically, if you have less than 4 keywords, you want to try to get up to 5 in an ad group just to give Google a couple different keywords to test out and try. And once we put them in as broad match, we need to keep a close eye on the negative keywords that we have in search terms. So we'll need to be reviewing the search terms by ad group very consistently over the next 2 to 4 weeks while we're testing this new keyword to make sure that we're not showing up for irrelevant search terms. So do be sure to keep an eye on that fairly regularly whenever you add new broad match keywords in. Same thing with phrase match, but we like to start off in broad match just to see how they perform, and then we can do our adjustments from there if the click-through rate's bad or we're getting a lot of bad search terms and we want to show our ads to a more specific audience. If you have a low budget and you don't have the budget to test broad match, I suggest using phrase match because it will allow you to show your ads to more specific people, and instead of allowing Google's algorithm to do a lot of the filtering for the best possible converting ads to show, it will allow you to kind of manually control that in terms of using phrase match to avoid showing to a lot of people who may not be interested in your ad. However, you may miss out on some high performing search terms by using phrase match. That's all I have for you today for using Keyword Planner. This can be used for pretty much any industry. Just apply it as needed. Hope this helps. Feel free to reach out to Creekside Marketing if you need any help with any of the things that we've discussed in this video today, and we'll see you in the next video.